The Hidden People contains mature language, content, and themes. Please listen with care.
There are some things that fetches go through that we just don't talk about. There are things that even the fetches themselves don't discuss. Things that they never say outright, but that we can guess. Any of the information that Mackenna and her friends have is from limited sources. Shaylee's time training in Arcadia, or the other Mackenna's life before the gauntlet. Information from recent fetches, all taken by members of the Unseelie Court. This is different. As bad as they thought fetches had it before, this is a whole other ballpark. We'll never know what that poor creature had been through, but it was certainly unspeakable torture, both physical and mental. The Unseelie Court at least had rules, an order to how fetches were treated, what their purpose was. But a fetch, taken by an old one, would be as mad and senseless as the exiled creature itself.
So spake Wodan.
Dayton Writers Movement presents The Hidden People, starring Jordan Lopez, Alexander Chilton, Stephen Gogol, Sean Gunther, Xander Hildenbrandt, Stephen Kallenberg, and Luna Madison. Season 3, Episode 3, Intercepted Transmissions, written by Alexa Fett Fisher, directed by Chris and Megan Burnside, also starring Jacob Anderson, Zach Brown, Aaron Crane, Aaron Eckhout Lopez, Danielle Gunther, and Stephanie Radford.
Goddess, what the fuck happened to this woman?
Well, she is a fetch.
Your continued insults do not bother me.
We've established this, but since you keep commenting on them, I think they might.
Sticks and stones create your bones. Therefore, your words are meaningless.
That's not quite the saying.
But it is accurate, and I prefer it.
Yeah, but murder and mental illness are Fetch 101, but those photos in the police report, though, they're grainy. But I'm still going to have trouble getting that out of my head.
I have some eye bleach pulled up on my phone.
Puppy pictures! Oh, look at their little faces!
I know, they're so cute!
Oh, look at this one.
The autopsy report Sam was able to get us isn't much better. Let's just say you don't want to know what parts of her family were missing.
What do you say? Is she a buddy of yours? Fett, Mackenna. What am I supposed to call you? Nothing. Do not address me. Speak to me through Thomas. And I have no buddies. Especially people I have never seen before.
She's a bit older. Maybe from the series of rapings before yours.
No. Older fetches initiated younger ones when they came of age for training. I remember all the faces of the ones who made me bleed.
What the fuck?
Is it possible that she might not be a fetch?
That she might just be a regular murderous psychopath. So many of those just running around.
The evidence fits. Her birth date and age at the time of the killing matches with what you told us about the gauntlet.
Her actions are not compatible with what fetches are taught. She killed indiscriminately. She did not hide to avoid capture. Her reclamation was drawn out and inefficient.
Is there any way she's from a different Arcadia? Like one that's more brutal?
Like a Durmstrang Arcadia as opposed to a Hogwarts Arcadia?
Yeah.
There is only one Arcadia, and she was not there. Then where the hell did she come from?
To say I'm disappointed is a vast understatement.
Over hill, over dale, we've been everywhere and no sign of any old ones.
I might be more forgiving if you actually took more than one night for your search.
Wodan has been gone for so long, and Black Annis has heard of many old ones abandoning the old ways, or perishing.
There must be more. The future, my plans, I demand it. It was foretold.
So spake Wodan.
We have much to do, much to prepare for, and only a short time in which to do it.
The wild hunt is nigh!
Yes, for the first time in millennia, the first time since the younglings of the Unseelie Court rebelled, we shall ride the night skies again and bring woe and ruin to all mortals who would look upon us. The world shall begin anew.
Eye my bull and skin my hide. We're going a-hunting.
But not like this, we aren't. As powerful as I am, an army this small is unfit for my return. There are things that must happen on the wild hunt that the three of you alone cannot do.
The Master of Shadow will offer a solution. My lord, it would be but a small pittance compared to the might and majesty of your past parades. But might I offer a solution?
Will it work?
Yeah, actually, it might be the only way, instead of just the preordained way. To make constructs to replace the Lost Riders would require a location of deepest darkness.
If it will work, then do it. What are you waiting for? You have a job that you are maybe competent enough for. Move!
Thank you for your faith. I vow it is not misplaced, and I...
Why are you still here?
My, I haven't seen an old one flee for the hills that fast since spicy taco night at the bingo parlor.
Oh, that one thought it would prosper from Wodan's return without work, without sacrifice.
He is not the only one left with work to do, my loyal subjects.
Surely you're not denying us a well-deserved break. Can you imagine what dear cousin Annie will look like without her beauty sleep?
The Puck argues with Wodan and mocks Black Annis.
Collective bargaining actually does require some collectivism, you talking blueberry.
Enough! If you want to lead armies during the Wild Hunt, then you'll have to make them yourselves. Or stay grounded.
That one may have a task, but surely Black Annis is worthy of the new world.
As always, it must be earned. After the world is remade and rebuilt as I see fit, you can rest in your rightful places.
A race, then. To the fleet of foot go the spoils.
Black Annis is worthy of a place at the true god's court. Black Annis has ridden the night sky and watched time repeat for eons.
But of course, no need for you to trouble yourself then. Just let me and our shadowy slip of a friend carry on in our little chores. No need to worry. Some young upstart couldn't possibly replace you. No, don't even bother one teensy little brain cell at the thought. Toodles.
The Puck thinks to fool Black Annis. That one thinks Black Annis doesn't know what that one is doing. Black Annis knows. Mackenna does not play games. Mackenna shall form legions of new dolls and outrank that one in the new world!
The best and brightest of the bunch you have there,
It is not what I expected for my return. You said there were more, and they found no one.
I said there will be more by the end. I didn't say when you would find them.
You're playing games, telling half-truths.
I cannot lie to you, but is a life without surprises really worth living?
All the useless, banal trivia you prattled on and on for thousands of years.
I thought you would be grateful. Grateful for the entertainment during your imprisonment.
And now you play keep away with important information when complete return to power is so nearly in my grasp?
If you were supposed to know, you would ask the right questions. What will be, will be. Maybe try being more direct.
I still feel them. Where are they?
I did use the word direct, didn't I?
Where are the anthropophagi?
Does the where really matter? She's here, and she's the only clue we've got.
The clue to what, exactly?
To whatever Wodan is planning. If we can't go directly to the source, then the fetch that's going girl interrupted is the next best thing.
But she's mad. What's to say she even knows anything?
The phrase she keeps repeating, so spake Wodan, it's basically an Old One catchphrase. We've heard Mackenna say it in her bower, Robin in his potion shop.
And those two were chanting in the courtroom before Wodan.
According to Dane, that was the motto of all the Old Ones that followed Wodan. Somewhere between a pledge, a prophecy, and a threat.
You think she might have some connection to Wodan? Or the Old Ones?
There's no other way for her to know the phrase, right? Not in a Wikipedia anywhere, or maybe something you might have heard in Arcadia?
We were only told that the Magister killed Wodan, and thus was as a god. Any teaching of Wodan in the old ways would be considered heresy. Well, she had to learn the phrase from somewhere. And chanting it now, after Wodan broke free, she has to know something.
Let's go ask her.
I don't like going in blind. The more we know about her, the better prepared we are.
Are we really going to waste more time doing research on things we won't find?
This isn't a mythical god. This is a human with family and a life. There will be records of her.
Her family is irrelevant, as is her changeling. They are dead and had no role in her upbringing. So, hypothetically, if we wanted to learn about what makes you tick, where would we look? My master, the one who created my changeling, if I had one. Were there any alders or lairds or whatever in the court crazy enough to have a fetch turn out like this?
None I encountered.
The Magister would have had them put down for their inability to control their wards and for risking their secrets.
Okay, so I have 3 possibilities. 1.
The fetch isn't from Arcadia. They were taken by someone outside the court. Someone who knew of Wodan and the old ways, and now their fetch knows too.
Anything else you were going to add?
Well, yes, but when Max says it, it sounds so much cooler.
Well, yeah.
Is there any chance Dane had a list of the old ones that were exiled from Arcadia?
The only ones with details are the ones we already know. Robin Goodfellow and Black Annis. There are mentions of others, but everything is speculation. Their names, their abilities, if they're even alive.
There's only one place where we can get the information we need, Miss.
I know. I just don't like it.
We'll be dealing with the human world, not the hidden. We'll need help getting to the mad fetch.
I can call Sam for a favor, but I don't know if her contact in Richmond owes her big enough to get us into a high-security facility.
Thomas, I know your first instinct is always to roll for charisma, but we have a rogue that can literally lockpick technology.
And a bard with a dex that can pull credentials out of thin air.
And a tiefling paladin with strength to punch a hole in space-time.
Come again?
I think they're talking about the three of us.
Aye, you missed the adventure of role-playing in Alfie's brain.
What I'm saying is that this is a 3-member party stealth mission, and Nissa, Shaylee, and Mackenna have all the equipment, spells, and XP they need to avoid a TPK.
TPK?
Total party kill.
Nothing left but bodies. Or parts of bodies. Not enough predators to reduce them to bone, but something or someone has been gnawing on them.
A hole in the chest. Are internal organs still used for rituals?
As if mortals could cause such damage to the hidden. Look closer. What else is missing?
Headless. Not even the neck's still attached.
Headless? Heartless? Sound like anyone we know.
Don't be so hard on yourself, old friend. I'd never call you heartless.
Then you don't know how this story ends.
I would if you just told me. Like this. I asked you where the anthropophagi were, and it would have been so simple to say dead, but instead you lead me here, to a tomb.
I've told you, if you were supposed to know, you'd ask the right questions. Besides, you've been a storyteller for so long. It seems you've forgotten the most important rule. Don't tell, show.
You've wasted enough of my time.
But that's the risk of showing, isn't it? You can lead your audience to the conclusion, but you can't make them see.
See what? All that I've lost while imprisoned? How I was tossed away and forgotten, and all those who worship me were nearly erased? Oh, I'm aware. I know loss. I need them and they're dead. But so what? The wild hunt will come and the world will be remade, with or without them. I could have 1,000 more, or none at all. It makes no difference.
It makes all the difference. But nothing so deep. We both know you're not the sentimental type, no. See, look at them. Without all of your assumptions of what they were or what happened to them.
If they are dead, what does it matter?
Perhaps you need more hand-holding than I thought. Can you count? How many bodies are there?
1, 2, 8. One still walks. One ignored my summons.
Ah, there we are. Now, will you look again? Headless, heartless. Do I really have to spell it all out for you?
I imagine the Magister thought he was being clever. They stuck out their necks for me, and thus...
We're relieved of them.
And the last one. The summons were unheeded, but not unheard. Where is he?
Oh, but your summons were heard, oh great ruler of the hidden. The better question is, by whom?
Being led all over creation for your amusement is exhausting. Out with it!
I promise you will be very amused by the next stop.
Where?
The Anthropophagus's ears repose in the solitary ward of a high-security mental institution.
A human?
A fetch.
Okay. Security checkpoint wasn't too bad. And you both still have your weapons. Nice work. You should now be approaching main reception. Your ID should be in their system, along with a note from the director that you're allowed unrestricted private access to the patient.
Dr. Sharon Donal from Reed Health. This is my graduate student, Michaela Rose. We were called to assess a patient experiencing a psychotic break.
Good on you to memorize the names. Maybe you should pass on some of that expert-level training to Mac.
Oh, sorry. No, nothing's funny.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to throw off your spy game.
Sure, my phone's my only electronic device. My Bluetooth? Are you sure?
Well, shit. Sounds like this is where I leave you. I'll be watching from the security cameras.
You know I could have tried mind tricking her, right? Could have waltzed right in without any hacking.
Maybe I'll try next time.
Can you do that?
I couldn't have done it before you. But I feel different now. Not stronger, but trickier. Because now I'm your construct.
Ugh, don't say it like that. You're my Shaylee. If you want to practice, you should test it out on Alfie. Make him quack whenever Riley deadpans a joke.
So you want me to turn him into a duck? I might have a go.
Well, you're welcome for any extra mojo I gave you.
That's not the only thing you gave me.
Did I also give you innuendo? I feel like there was less of that before.
Maybe you just weren't paying attention.
No, flirty Shaylee is definitely new and improved.
I can stop if it bothers you, bathroom girl.
I did say improved. Keep everything except bathroom girl.
No promises. The isolation ward is just up ahead. Nissa hacked into the facility's security system, so we know the fetch wasn't very active from the security camera, but the camera doesn't have a mic, so we can't hear her.
Right. We'll stay back as much as we can, but if she is a fetch, she's only human. Without metal, without iron, there's nothing she can do to actually hurt either of us.
And if she is a fetch, she's not going to like Shaylee the Changeling very much. You'll have to get her on your side. She should respect and fear the hidden parts of you, at least.
If she's not the kind predisposed to killing the halfling abomination.
Like you said, with what weapon?
Your concern for my safety is touching.
We just need her to agree to come with us and hopefully get the full story from her back at the safe house.
Right, because that worked so well with the other Mackenna when you and Thomas tried.
This time it's me and you. And I think your magical compulsion will make all the difference.
Fine. We get in, Jedi mind trick her, Nissa cuts the cameras while you step her sideways, and then we pull the alarm and say she's escaped. The less time we spend alone with her in there, the better.
This is it.
Well, here we go. Time to deprogram another fetch. If that's what she is.
Be careful, Mac.
Mackenna and Shaylee know right away that they will not be taking the fetch back to their friends. In fact, they want to keep their loved ones as far away from this as possible, even if the one each cares about most is already in the room with her.
Ugh, gross. Ever hear of hygiene?
There's dried blood all over the room. Brown streaks and smears on every surface. Its metallic scent clouds the air like smog, even if the volume of it is less than a mortal amount. The evidence of the blood's origin is all over the fetch's hands. Old scars and fresh scabs in the crescent moon pattern of the teeth, on fingers so wounded it was a wonder they could work at all.
Oh, they came. They came. It's almost over. They finally came.
She leers at them, cracked lips pulling back to reveal jagged and broken teeth, stained with the evidence of her self-harm.
I'll try first. Maybe a familiar accent would make her more comfortable. Hello, my name's Sharon. We've been told you were having some trouble and would like to help.
The trainer and the halfling have finally come.
Or, she already knows who we are.
Fine, you know who we are, so you know why we're here. You're feeling very tired. You're going to fall asleep and not wake up until I tell you to.
Oh, no! No. I know this game. And I don't wanna play it.
The Fetch rises from where she was curled on the floor, pulling the bed sheets covering her tighter around her shoulders. But they can still see the enormous scar marring her bare chest, ribs and sternum indented, skin puckering inward like a mouth ready to devour a meal straight into her torso.
You're going to sleep. Come with us.
I can't sleep. I can't leave. I'm supposed to be here.
Mackenna, I don't think magic is going to work on her. We can't take her back like this. It wouldn't be safe.
You know what? You're right. You were absolutely supposed to be here, but we're not. So if you could just answer a few questions, we'll be out of your... Well, it looks like you pulled all of your hair out, but you get it.
You are supposed to be here, halfling. I've waited so long. You were supposed to come. You were all supposed to come. And I am supposed to tell you.
Tell us what?
Tell you where he is. Where father is. Aher. He's waiting. Oh, he's waited so long, and now the halfling is here. And I heard the call. I finally heard his voice. Do you know what it's like? Have you heard it?
Whose voice? Your father's? The old one who took you?
Mackenna and Shaylee have been backing away as the Fetch moves closer, but the room is so small that there's barely enough space to get as much distance as they'd like.
No! You've heard it! Not the summons, but his voice. My father's Aher's voice. He spake. And he comes.
Wodan.
There's enough room now, with Mackenna and Shaylee pressed against the wall, for the mad Fetch to drop her blanket as she spins. She's a compass needle, and the sheet is marker, the cotton fabric falling in a perfect circle around her.
So spake Wodan. Father's Aher's.
Wodan!
You spake, and I listened. You bade, and I obeyed.
My, what big ears you have. For a lowly Fetch to have heard the summons only meant for old ones.
Still with their backs to the wall, Mackenna and Shaylee can only watch, frozen in fear, as Fetch throws herself prostrate in front of the god of the hidden.
Aher was a true disciple. He kept to the old ways and took a Fetch during the reaping. Aher had no eyes, no ears, but was always searching for the signs of Wodan's return. I was always searching. I was taught the signs, as were all the Fetches before me. Aher never lost faith. Never. Aher knew he would be rewarded when the time came. And it's time, isn't it? I heard it. I heard your voice and I screamed at the summons, but Aher can't hear his Fetch from here. Aher was a true disciple and I am a true Fetch. Please believe me.
Using a human as an answering machine. How creative. Tell me then, little Fetch, where is your father? Where is the last of the anthropophagi?
There was no more to feed us in Scythia. We stayed as long as we could, eating until the food that remained was rotted. Aher said that was where you would look for him first, but we couldn't stay. I'm sorry.
Yes, but where is he now?
The caves of Blamise. That was where we lived until I was sent out to reclaim, and I was captured. Please, will you take me home? Tell Aher what a good fetch I was.
I think the trainer is happy to see you. Or is that just a pistol in her pocket?
Yes, such a good fetch, but I'm afraid your job is not yet done here. You need to deal with the changeling that thinks I don't notice she's reaching for her weapon.
Shaylee halts the slow creeping of her hand towards her front pocket, but it's Mackenna who reacts faster, pushing herself off the wall to stand between the ones she loves and fears most.
You know you can't stop me from hurting her. I could turn her leaves to dust with a thought, or I could torture her until she screams and begs for a death so instant.
Well, you could, but then she wouldn't be there at the end. Paradoxes and whatnot.
Don't you touch her!
Not this time. No, I think it's much more fun to let you wallow in the idea that I can. Maybe you'll think twice about just how far you'll go to defy me. Maybe you won't, but it'll all end the same. Until then, be patient, won't you?
No! Do not leave me!
Wodan left the way he came. The fear that kept the room's 3 original occupants still is broken. The mad fetch scrambles forward, hands grasping for a god that is no longer there, sprawling limbs breaking the circle of cloth into a tangled mess.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Mackenna, we need to get out of here.
You drove him away. I'm left here because of you. I waited and waited, and you ruined everything. You ruined everything!
Shit, the door's locked. Nissa! The door!
Ah!
Muck, the seat!
While the mad fetch cuts a terrifying figure with her scarred and bloody body, she is also so weak from malnourishment that she doesn't move at nearly the speed needed to be a threat to our heroes. She's barely on her knees by the time Mackenna and Shaylee grab the edges of the cloth and clothesline the poor creature, sending her flying backwards. They wrap the sheet around her, pinning her arms to her sides, narrowly avoiding her gnashing teeth and flailing body.
Let's get out of here. Nissa, hurry!
Not sure how long the sheet will hold. She shouldn't be this strong.
Come on, Niss!
That was eventful.
Just our fucking luck. Trying to follow a side clue to avoid going directly head-on with the all-powerful god. And who shows up but the all-powerful god?
He was looking for the same thing as us. Whoever the fetch's father was.
But if he's omniscient, why did he have to ask? And why does he need this old one?
What was the point of all this? One word from you would have prevented hours of struggle.
Those detours weren't for you. You're not the only character in this little story.
And how did my presence change future events?
So eager to forego all the surprises. The halfling needed to know what you were looking for, and she needed to know that you knew that she knew. An endless chain of mutual knowledge.
Why?
Hesitation. She needs to know what comes next, but be afraid to take action.
What purpose does that serve?
You're like a human toddler, always questioning why. I could swear there were times in the past millennia where you were begging me to shut up. But now, oh, how the tables have turned.
We had agreed on the correct course of action back then. What decisions would be made after I was freed?
We had, and nothing has changed. We haven't strayed from the path. I just didn't bother you with a few minor details until the appropriate time. It's like you don't trust me.
I don't.
You shouldn't. But you don't need to. You'll see the results for yourself soon.
Who goes there? What snack comes to... Could it be?
They feel your presence.
Come forward, old one.
Our Lord Wodan, is it really you?
But they cannot hear you, cannot see you. The mouth in their chest is only for feeding and speaking. If you wish to be understood, you'll have to let them feel your lips.
The depths I'll sink to for complete control. Do you understand me?
It is the return of the true God. We felt the power that swelled in the earth at your coming, but did not believe you would ever seek out ones as lowly as the anthropophagi.
You did not answer the summons.
The younglings took so much from us, from all the loyal old ones, after the rebellion. We sought a way to still be wary of your coming, but please, forgive us.
You lost much. Your head, your senses, your siblings.
But not all is lost. We still feed, still speak, and we, as a family, exist in one body now.
Well, that's one way to justify cannibalism.
If you speak, then speak the words, answer the summons, and raise the steeds that my party will ride. Join the wild hunt and be reborn whole in the new world.
We answer the call, so spake Wodan.
Dayton Writers Movement presents The Hidden People. Executive producers Chris Burnside and Megan Burnside. Producers Alexa Fett Fisher, Sarah Gelner, Xander Hildenbrandt, Emily Kallenberg, Stephen Kallenberg, Jordan Lopez, and Catherine Seaton. Lead writer Chris Burnside. Script editors Megan Burnside and Alexa Fett Fisher. Sound design, score, and original music by Catherine Seaton. Audio production Mackenna Botts, Chris Burnside, and Catherine Seaton. For more on The Hidden People, visit our website at hiddenpeoplepodcast.com.